before the law's even passed. I mean, this is bad. This is real bad. And see, in the past I thought, well, they haven't killed me. They have threatened me and other things, but because they don't want to underline and highlight everything I've said. But more than that, they just think so little of you that they think there's nothing you're going to do about it. Because you don't see yourselves as leaders. You don't see yourself in a role of standing up. You wouldn't know how to stand up, they think. Because you expect everything instantly, they think. They think that you're weak-minded and shallow and that they can do these things. Now, they're starting to shift. They're starting to see that we've got a good chance of defeating them if people get a winning spirit. If people get a winning attitude and have the facts. If we're determined. And they understand that I've got a lot of problems, but I am determined, and I've had a lot of success against the enemy, and they know that people see that as a model of future success, and so they are scared of us. Yeah, there's our story from, 4 years ago. Government industry to use computer microphones to spy on 150 million Americans. That's from prisonplanet.com, September 6, 2006. By the way, where did that come from? Google put out a stinking press release, and I got called a kook by several newspapers for having Paul Watson write an article about it. And then now today they come out and admit. I mean, do I have to explain to people that the government listening to you inside your house without a warrant is tyranny? I mean, just 4 years ago, Bush was strutting around on television at press conferences saying, I am not spying on the American people. These warrantless wiretaps are only for Al-Qaeda. And then, of course, it came out that there were hundreds of thousands of them, literally different mass wiretaps listening to tens of millions of Americans randomly, and that they had premeditatedly lied. Of course they did. Bush had that big, you-know-what-eating grin on his face. He enjoys it. It's funny to him. Bush sees you as an animal. He's a psychopath. He sees you as a piece of meat. That's why he'll even wipe his glasses on Clinton's coat, or he'll be on Jay Leno or on other shows. And, before the show, a woman walks by to adjust somebody else's makeup, and he'll grab their dress and clean his glasses because you're seen as a piece of tissue paper. He blows his snot into it and throws it in the trash. In fact, they found it so quickly. There he is, cleaning his glasses on her. And as soon as you get that, people saying that's not happening in America, that's a conspiracy theory. That is you literally in a trance under mind control, rationalizing whenever you're faced with something that threatens you and that scares you, you just say, that's not true. That's not true. That's not real. Look, it's real, okay? It's so much more real, I can't even describe it to you. And for all of you out there, and a lot of it's a snowball effect, they admittedly have government psychological warfare databases of certain phrases and terms that they have discovered are effective with weak-minded people and the easily influenced. And you'll see these comments on YouTube and everywhere else, and you can even click on their handles and go to their websites, and a lot of times they admit they're in Army PSYOPs or they work for a big corporation in public relations. And they'll just come out and say, none of this is true. You're a tinfoil hat wearer. And the simpler, the more mindless it is, the more effective it is. Until they're psychologically ready to roll out with it. They think you're acclimated and conditioned enough to go from, Alex is a crazy kook, there's no microphones put up in your town to listen to you. This guy's a nut, to, yeah, we've put him out for over a decade, and we're also listening to you in your house. It's for your safety. And then those people that were saying I was a kook, they just go, well, of course we need microphones listening to us. Or they still keep lying and saying there is no article. I could sit here on TV with all the articles where they're admittedly listening to you, worse than 1984, and it's done to target you, the good people, and to know what you're up to and to know how to manipulate you. and it's known to see what economic decisions you're going to be making, because they put it into these big aggregators to then make decisions on how to better rape you, how to better manipulate you financially, and they admit that. The biggest way the NSA operates is they'll see a trend for, say, French bulldogs 5 years ago, and they'll just give that information to a select board of corporations, and then those corporations can use that data however they want. If they want to put a French bulldog on a lunchbox, knowing it'll sell easier, which gives them an unfair trade advantage. Or the way one NSA guy described it to me, the NSA doesn't know why, but strawberries start getting real popular, and everything's strawberries, strawberries, strawberries. Then they know how to preposition from that. They kind of boil it down in a simple way in V for Vendetta, where it shows these trucks driving around with dishes on the roofs, listening to what's happening in people's houses, which they actually really do have, with these acoustic microphones. And they go into the board meeting with the police, the FBI, and others with the Big Brother fellow, and they say, the positive mention is down to a record level, down to below 40%. And they say, that's it, we've got to move now. We're in deep trouble. Once it drops between 40, it's all over. They are actually listening to you in your house. They know what you really think of the government. They know the majority of you know 9/11's an inside job. They know many of you are waking up about the poison in the water. They know you're waking up about the bankers being criminals. They know the majority of you know that the oil leak's a staged event. Okay, they know that we really do have 4 million web visitors a week. They know we really do have between 2 to 5 million radio listeners a week, depending on which week. They know it's exponentially growing. They're going to start a war, folks. They're going to blow oil wells. They're going to stage crises. They're going to stage mass shootings and blame it on patriots, all in an attempt to shut you up to go along with this. See, there's no more denial for those of you out there that are childlike. The government is listening to you. Google is the NSA. They are listening to you in your house and watching you with the camera built in. They are using your iPads, your iPhones. They are using all of the systems that are cell phone enabled. They are using everything to track you. It was designed to track you. They are completely criminal. If you're 38 years old or younger, they took your blood at birth and put it in a bioweapons database. I told you this 15 years ago. It's now admitted. This isn't a joke. There isn't time to screw around. Listen, cops. Listen, military. You are being poisoned. You have got to choose sides. And there's no decision. You're already on our side. You're already slated for extermination. Slow, soft kill extermination, getting more and more intense. The system's already tested how to roll out a new plague, have a celebrity lead the plague, and to make sure they manage the plague so that real cures and the real cause is never found. They already know how to make money out of killing you. This isn't a joke. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's a fact. You've got to join us, bureaucrats. All of you people that go to these Ivy League universities that are taught you're the elite and the public's a bunch of scum. You're seen as scum as well. You're creating a hell planet. All of you that work as bureaucrats or media people, all of you that hold this system up, the system is a meat grinder. The system is a wood chipper. And sure, they were putting the blacks in 50 years ago and you laughed at them, hearing them squeal. Now they've gotten up to you in the wood chipper. Are you going to continue to laugh about it? Are you going to continue to think you're a winner? Are you going to continue to think you're part of the winning team? You're not on the winning team in this predatory system. Killing millions of innocent Arabs isn't funny. The troops growing opium in Afghanistan isn't funny. All of this will come back on us and is coming back on us. The globalists hate you, the American people, much more than they hate the Arabs. Why are they killing the Arabs? Because they have courage and they're independent and they have big families. And they're certainly not perfect and have a lot of cultural problems as well. Everybody does. But they are killing them because they're red-blooded, folks. They're taking them over so they can be exterminated through the soft kill weapons. They don't have fluoridated water, folks. okay, they still are red-blooded. They are domesticating you to kill you. They are domesticating you ahead of your orderly extermination. This is not a drill. More calls, and the whole last hour will be news.
If you suffer from poor sleep, you've got to try MyPillow. Introducing the most revolutionary, most comfortable, and coolest pillow ever, MyPillow. Imagine your very own custom-fit pillow. MyPillow is the only pillow of its kind on the market that uses a patented fill, custom-made to your exact individual needs. MyPillow is 100% made in the USA and has a natural built-in cooling effect that keeps your cervical nerves cool, and that helps you get the best REM sleep possible. MyPillow helps alleviate snoring, migraine, sleep apnea, and other sleeping disorders. MyPillow is antimicrobial, non-allergenic, dust mite resistant, machine washable and dryable, comes in many sizes and will not go flat. And best of all, MyPillow comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. So what do you have to lose except poor sleep? Go to MyPillowShop.com, mention coupon code GCN and receive up to $40 off. That's MyPillowShop.com, or call 952-442-6199. That's 952-442-6199.